So if you're one of the millions who treat sleep like, a luxury you can trade away, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Right.
We've all heard that you can get by on 6 hours a night.
We have.
Today, we're going to really unpack the cumulative costs of that habit, both for your health and for your mind.
And it's so important to set the baseline right away. I mean, the experts are clear. Most adults need at least 7 hours.
7, not 6.
No. And consistently getting less than 6. Well, that kicks off some real measurable consequences that can follow you for decades.
Okay, so let's jump right into the big one, the long-term health debt.
Yeah, the data here is, it's pretty alarming.
Researchers found that sleeping 5 hours or less at age 50 was linked to a 40% higher risk of getting 2 or more chronic diseases.
40%. And they call that multimorbidity. This is over the next 25 years, too.
It's just a massive price to pay for skipping an hour or two of sleep every night.
It's huge. And that same short sleep pattern, it's also tied to a 25% higher risk of mortality overall.
Wow. So how does that work? What's the mechanism?
It really comes down to inflammation. Chronic sleep loss just fuels diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart problems.
Through inflammation.
Exactly. It drives up inflammatory markers in your blood, like C-reactive protein. And that's a very stable predictor of your future cardiovascular risk, even if you're young and healthy otherwise.
We've established the danger of too little sleep. But what about the other end? Can you sleep too much?
That's a good question. And there is a caveat. Yeah, sleeping 9 hours or more can also be a red flag.
A red flag for what?
Well, it's especially problematic if you already have a chronic condition. It might suggest that an underlying health issue is actually messing with your sleep quality, which just makes everything worse.
Okay, so let's shift from the body to the brain, because the cognitive side of this is where I think the real trap lies.
It is. This is where it gets insidious. The scary part is just how fast the damage adds up.
What does the data say?
After just 2 weeks of sleeping only 6 hours a night, your performance on attention and memory tasks was just as bad as someone who'd been awake for 1 full night.
So you're basically operating with an all-nighter hangover every single day.
Every single day.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker, and this is the crucial part.
You on?
You don't feel it. Your performance is in the tank, but your own subjective feeling of sleepiness stays low.
How is that possible? Where's the disconnect?
The brain's ability to self-assess is one of the first things to get compromised.
So you think you've adapted?
You think you're fine, but your prefrontal cortex, your executive function is degrading. Your internal alarm system just shuts off. You can't even see your own deficit anymore.
So quantity is vital. But what about timing? Let's talk about getting the most restorative sleep possible.
Yes, this is all about deep sleep. Stage 3 sleep. That's the real recovery zone.
That's when all the repair work happens.
Exactly. Your body releases growth hormone for tissue repair, and the brain's waste clearance system, the glymphatic system, it gets to work clearing out neurotoxin.
And the timing of that is what matters.
It's critical. The longest, most powerful phase of this deep sleep dominates the first half of the night.
Which brings us back to that old saying, early to bed.
It really does. The data basically proves that an hour of sleep before midnight is worth 2 after.
Why is that?
Because if you go to bed late, you spend more time in REM sleep, which is dominated by stress hormones. Waking up from that often leaves you feeling drained and can even spike your blood pressure.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what does this mean for you listening right now?
It means consistency and timing are just as important as how long you sleep.
You need that 7+ hours, for sure. But the research points to aiming for a bedtime around, say, 10 p.m.
Right, so you can lock in that first huge deep sleep cycle before midnight. It's probably the best preventative medicine there is.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. We know that chronic sleep loss messes with your brain's decision-making and reward systems.
It makes you seek immediate gratification.
It makes you reach for fatty foods, for unhealthy snacks. So the question is, what other subtle decisions are you making every day about your money, your patients, your work, that are being silently undermined by a sleep debt you don't even know you have?